Hey IMA students, Coach Don here. I'm super thrilled to know that you're practicing today, so let's get ready to learn.
Hey boys and girls, welcome to Extreme Advanced Blue Stripe number 10. This is our reaction stripe, okay? From here, for your technique, you'll be required to perform your elbow escape. So I'm going to invite Coach Mark to come out and help me out, demonstrate the elbow escape. Coach Mark, please.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, so from here, I'm going to actually pretend to be the bad guy first. So from here, me and Coach Mark, I'm the bad guy. We were going back and forth, and I took Coach Mark down, and then Coach Mark found himself in a position where I was in full mount on top of him. All right, guys, so as I find myself as the bad guy in a full mount, I have the full advantage. As you can see, I can really hurt my partner or my opponent from this position. However, Coach Mark has a very hard time reaching me. So if you're in the situation where you're on the bottom, you're in big trouble. Now, when we're going through this position, you have your primary goal is obviously to get out of this position as quickly as possible. Therefore, your first go-to would generally be the trap and roll. But let's say I'm a really big dude, maybe I wrestled before and I know how to keep my position nice and low, I have a very wide base, and you just cannot trap me where you can take me over. Like, it's not happening, all right? So, therefore, now we're going to default to our elbow escape. So from here, Coach Mark and I, we're going to go ahead and demonstrate it really quick. All right, so from here, we're gonna go ahead and break it down a bit. Coach?
Yes, sir.
Let's go on the first line. From here, hug the bag, stay close. Post, angle. Knee to elbow, trap. Hug the neck, hip up, knee up, leg up. Change hand position, hip out one more time, full close guard, stage 1 defense. Much safer position for me than the last one. Let's go ahead and go into some more details. As I find myself in this situation, my first thing is to close the distance and stay tight by hugging the back. If I'm over here, I'm in a bad spot, I'm getting punches rained on top of me, not a very pleasant situation. So as soon as I'm here, boom, I bring it down, I'm staying close. Hug the back. Second important thing, I have to create an angle. The way I'm going to do this, whichever side I'm going to go to, I'm going to lift my opposite leg and put myself to the side. From here, I will now connect my elbow to my knee, okay? Knee and elbow together. It scoops up his knee off the ground, I come under, and I staple. From here, I can leave this in, or I can switch it to this side. I will continue to control the posture by now switching and controlling his head on this side. This hand, Coach, let's rotate a little bit. Yes, sir. This hand is going to come to the inside and block his knee. Depending on the distance, I may need to use my elbow or my hand. I'm going to hip out just enough to get my knee up. As this happens, this leg over here comes on top of his back. This hand, again controlling the posture, I will hip out one more time and securing my position, stage 1. Let's go ahead one more time with a little bit more details from a slightly of a different angle. Let's go this way. So once again, controlling my position, staying nice and tight, angling to the side. I want my foot and my shoulder to be connected by pushing off of this foot and putting my weight onto my shoulder. From here, I'm going to crunch by putting my elbow and my foot and my knee together. It is important for me to aim my toes down. This is very important. It's an essential detail, so make sure you're paying attention to this. If my toes are looking up, my knee's looking up, therefore I cannot go under it. I need to point my toes down so I can scoop up his leg, and now I get to staple it. From here, I'm going to change my position or stay here. It's up to you. I'm going to switch. However, now my next stop is to continue to control his posture on this side. This hand inside, hip, knee. This leg comes up. Change the control to this side. One more hip out. Stage one. Coach. I'm going to demonstrate one more time, solo, so you can see some of the finer points that might have been blocked when the partner was on top. So once again, right now I am flat, no good. I have too much distance. I'm going to possibly sit up, get connected. From here, I'm hogging the back. I'm posting to one side, and I'm going to go to push off of this foot and putting the weight onto my shoulder while I'm hogging and keeping my head tight to the chest. If I'm here, he can start striking. This is much harder for him. My toes are looking down, so my angle of the knee is giving me the opportunity to scoop. From here, look, I'm going to crunch by bringing my knee to my elbow. Now as I press the leg, I'm going to come over the top and staple. When I do this, I'm going to switch my control going from the back of the back to the head, and from here I'm going to change the angle. This hand comes to the other knee. I am going to hip out and get my knee up. This leg comes on top. I will now switch my controls again by going with this hand over the head. This hand comes down. I will hip out one more time and control with my guard and stage one defense for this position. When we're practicing this at home, we want to start with the beginner's movement of just the shrimping. The shrimping will teach us how to move our hips out, as this will give us the space that we need to get to our guard. Because remember, the last thing we want is for someone to be on top of us in full mount and being ready to punch us. So therefore, it's much safer for us to get into stage one. And the way we do this is by doing the elbow escape, but the pre-step to this is our shrimping. So from here, for the shrimps, I want you to post, get to one side. I'm actually going to go to this side. From here, I'm going to post. The weight is pushing me to this shoulder. I'm on the side like I'm sleeping on a pillow. Now I'm going to drive from this point and this point and move my hip out. Whichever leg is up, that's the direction that my butt is going to go. Okay? Once again, I am on the side, leg up, 1 point, 2 points, I am here, and now I will push out and send my bottom out. So as you can see, I'm clearing some space and some distance over here. Whenever I'm defending, I'm creating space. If I'm on offense, I am taking space away. I hope you found this video beneficial and helpful. When you're at home practicing, make sure you're starting to do this with the shrimp escape, as that's going to give you the basic movement for this technique. If you're practicing at home with the parents, make it nice and easy for them. Kind of just base out. You can be in this position right over here. We just want to get the sequencing of the movement first, and then as we're practicing this technique at home and they're getting a lot more repetition, we can increase the intensity and get them ready for a little bit more of a realistic feel for this technique. We're excited for you guys to practice at home. Get ready for your blue stripe. We'll see you guys on the mats. Os!